Nintendo, the company who revitalized the video game industry after the crash of '83 and made Japan the new center of gaming. For over 30 years now, the company has been a mainstay for quality games and consoles. The NES was a huge hit, and the Super Nintendo is considered one of the greatest consoles of all time. The company did hit a slump with the Nintendo 64 and GameCube, but then in 2006 they released the Wii and once again became the top dog, with the console attracting millions of casual gamers and other gamers alike. However, when it came time for this generation, Nintendo didn't really seem to figure out how they were going to appeal to all gamers, now that times have changed. Thus, we ended up with the Wii U, already regarded by many as a massive failure. While the console is currently in second place for this generation, with about 33% market share, you also have to consider the 1-year head start that it's had on its competition. On top of that, if you just look at all the console sales for 2014 so far, now that all 3 consoles have been fully released, the Wii U is in dead last, accounting for only 16.6% of all sales. Even the release of Mario Kart 8 recently, which increased the weekly console sales by a factor of 4, just wasn't a big enough boost. This kinda sucks, because the Wii U has some good games, including great exclusives, and no one wants to see Nintendo stop making hardware, even if it does seem like the right business decision. So, here's the real question. How can Nintendo come back? Well, I have a plan so out there that it just might work. As much as we have talked about the Wii U, Nintendo's only bandage at this point is the 3DS, and while it is making plenty money, it too is missing its sales targets. If you look back at old Nintendo, their Game Boy line was replaced after 15 years with the release of the Nintendo DS, which launched a full 10 years ago. It's about the right time now for Nintendo to start work on a new handheld console. But how can they even think about making a new console if they don't have any money? Well, this brings to mind a company that has plenty of capital but has run out of new ideas for products. Can you guess? It shouldn't be hard to figure out that it's Apple. Now, Apple's only venture into video game consoles so far was the major bomb that was the Pippin, but since then they have slowly moved back into gaming, with the App Store for iPhone and iPod Touch devices. With Apple's money and the creative forces that can make a great console at Nintendo, the two companies can create a gaming handheld that will sell like hotcakes. Apple can even get Roxio, the company behind Angry Birds, to make an addicting puzzle game for launch, similar to when the Game Boy was packed with Tetris. Apple will have even more knowledge of the video game business, while Nintendo will have the much needed profits to move on to bigger and better things. They can make another home console to straighten everything out after the Wii U. Or, if they want to continue with the Wii U, they can hire enough staff to make more of their beloved first-party games, and at a faster rate. Overall, while they aren't necessarily in dire straits, Nintendo needs to take a course of action if they want to remain in the console market in the future. A lot of us grew up with Nintendo consoles, so it wouldn't be very fun to see them go. But what do you think? Leave a comment and share your thoughts. Or, if you agree with me, don't be afraid to like or subscribe. Thanks for watching.